भवद्भक्तजनार्तिहन्तुः पितृत्वमन्येषु विचार्यतूर्णं स्तम्भे अवतारस्तुमन्यलभ्यम्
The recording has started.
प्रपच्ये श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदये। ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। आतसी पुष्पसङ्काशं हारनूपुरशोभितं रत्नकङ्कणकेयूरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। कुटिलालकसंयुक्तं पूर्णचन्द्रनिभाननं विलसत्कुण्डलधरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ओङ्कारगन्धसंयुक्तं चारुहासं चतुर्भुजं बार्हि पिञ्चावचूडाङ्कं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। उत्फुल्लपद्मपत्राक्षं नीलजीमूतसन्निभं यादवानां शिरोरत्नं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। रुक्मिणीकेलिसंयुक्तं पीताम्बरसुशोभितम् अवाप्ततुलसीगन्धं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। श्रीवत्साङ्कं महोरस्कम्बरमालाविराजितं शङ्खचक्रधरं देवं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। कृष्णाष्टकपदं पुण्यं प्रातरुद्धाय यः पठेत् कोटिजन्मकृतं पापं स्मरणेन विनश्यति। हरिः ओम्। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मत्परमगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमते निगमान्तमः देशिकाय नमः। श्रीमते रामानुजाय नमः। श्रीमते वकुलभूषणमः गुरवे श्रीमते यमुनाय नमः। श्रीमते वकुलभूषणमः गुरवे नमः। श्री विश्वक्सेनाय नमः। श्रीं श्री नमः। श्रीधराय नमः। लक्ष्मीनः समारम्भां नारयाम्नमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। नारायण
Again, Narayana, just we can chant Tanya. Please unmute everyone. Chant Acharya Tanya. Vedanta Desika
Desika
Tulasi, Padma, Sadashiva, you have any question you want to clarify? Emma?
Again?
Go ahead.
When the pralayam comes, everything is swallowed by Bhagavan, like that it says. But like that we know, but Adiseshan, the children want to know how come Adiseshan is there when everything is swallowed by, everything is gone in pralayam, how Adiseshan is there?
Simple, Amma. Simple. When pralayam comes, what is dissolved? Again, you have to distinguish between what is the nitya pralayam and the naimittika pralayam. At the end of the day of Brahma, that is kalpakshaye punastani kalpadau vishrujamyaham. Kalpam means at 12 hours of the daytime of Brahma or the 12 hours of the night time of Brahma. Tell them 4 yugas put together will be one Mahayuga. 1000 such Mahayugas is one Kalpam, 12 hours of Brahma. That means in 12 hours of Brahma, 1000 Mahayugas, each Mahayuga having a Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. That means in 12 hours of Brahma, Dwapara Yugam 1000 times, Krishna Avataram 1000 times, Treta Yugam 1000 times, Rama Avataram 1000 times. So, when that pralayam happens at the end of the day of Brahma, not all the words are dissolved. Only the 3 words, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargalokam only will be dissolved. When Swargalokam is dissolved, Maharlokam people will go one step higher. That means already the 3rd floor is flooded. So the people in the 4th floor will move to the 5th floor. It is not flooded as a precaution. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka. Bhulokam ours, Bhuvarlokam the next one, Suvarlokam, Swargalokam. So all the Indras, everyone has to go. But the people in the Maharloka will not go, but they take it out of as a precaution. They will move from Maharloka to the next Loka. Maharloka to Tapoloka. After that Janaloka, after that Brahmaloka. So at the end of the night of Brahma, creation has to start. So again Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swargalokas will come into existence because of Brahma's creation. Whereas at the end of the 100 years of Brahma, it happens every day for Brahma. Whereas at the end of the 100 years of Brahma, all the worlds, including Brahmaloka, that is, all the lower worlds, all the upper worlds, Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Maharloka, Tapoloka, Janaloka, Brahmalokas also. Brahmaloka, as part of Brahmaloka, section A or sector A, where Brahma for creation, sector B, where Vishnu in the Karya Vaikuntham, executive office, Rudra, Shankara for Layam, everything is gone. Vishnu being Sriman Narayana will go to Sri Vaikuntham to join Sriman Narayana. Brahma, Rudra being Jivatmas, either they have to do Sharanagati and get moksham or will take birth again as Jivatmas. Every Devi Devata. Now your question, how come Adisesha? Adisesha is beyond the 14 worlds. Yes, Adisesha is there below the Patala Lokam, supporting all the universes on his 1,000 heads. But the same Adisesha being a Nitya Shuri will immediately move. That Nitya Shuri has an additional job responsibility. Just as Padma, you have so many job responsibilities. First, you are a wife, so you have some responsibilities, duties towards your husband. Next, you are a mother, you have some additional duties as a mother. Third one, you are helping the kids learn Bhagavad Gita. You have an additional duty. Sriman Adisesha in Sri Vaikuntham as Nitya Shuri, primary job responsibility, being a bed of Adisesha. Next, additional responsibility, go below the Patala Loka and support all the 14 universes. So when the Brahma Pralayam happens, at the end of the 100 years of Brahma, Adisesha will move back to Vaikuntham. So Adisesha is always there. Vaikuntham is never dissolved. That is why it's called Nitya Vibhuti. This is called Leela Vibhuti. Leela Vibhuti. Leela means a game, a sport. It is like a video. The video will play when you turn it on. The video will stop when you stop it. So Sriman Narayana will play will press the remote control button. Okay, start. Brahma, everyone. Sriman Narayana will press the stop button. 100 years of Brahma are over. But up to the 100 years of Brahma, the remote will be in the hands of Brahma. Because it is routine. It's already programmed. He cannot change it. He will only be an operator playing the buttons, that's all. Therefore, Adisesha is eternal, Nitya Shuri.
Ade.
So, Pralayam, you have to explain them what Pralayam are you talking about. And again, even in Pralayam, Prakriti Mandalam will be dissolved. That is why it's called Leela Vibhuti. Leela means sport. It is just like the children going to the beach. When the parents are busy talking to each others, the children will take some sand, build a small house, prepare something just with the sand itself, like a dinner, enjoy dinner, friends, ready, time to go. They will even crush that building, jump on that and go. Same thing, Brahma also. For Sriman Narayana, it is just a child's play. Child's play. Kandukamiva, he says, every Brahmandam is just like a play ball for him. Play ball. Narayana will throw here, Narayana will catch at the other end. Narayana will catch, throw it, again Narayana will catch at the other end. Not that. Sriman Narayana, just as you have seen, when I was a child, they used to call it a circus. But now they call it what? Gymnastics or something. Could you see some people, they manage at the same time, not 2 balls, 2, 3, 4 balls even they manage. You remember, Ma?
Yes, juggling. Yes.
What do you call it?
Jugglers, juggling.
Jugglers, yeah, jugglers. So just as a juggler will start with 1 ball, he will just throw it into the sky, say about 2 meters high. Then he knows at what velocity it will fall down, how long will it take. Meanwhile, he will throw the second ball. To what height? As those 2 are there, he will play the 3rd ball. He will play the 4th ball. Jugglers. For Sriman Narayana, there are millions of Brahmandas like this, millions of Brahmanda. He is just juggling, that's all. Therefore, the concept of Sriman Narayana, our problem, we always think Sriman Narayana should be like us. With our eyes, we can only see. But Sriman Narayana, with his eyes, he can create, he can give amrutam, he can dissolve the universes also. That one verse is very beautiful. Angani yasya sakalendriya vidhimanti pashyanti panti kayanti chiram jaganti. Therefore, every organ in the body of Lord Sriman Narayana can do every job of that organ and all other organs also put together. The eyes for us can only see. The eyes for Narayana can create, can eat, can destroy, can maintain, can give amrutam. Can create. How do you know? Rukmani, Satyabhama, like that, 8 of them. 16,100 princesses Krishna married after killing Naraka. Come on, Krishna is Anadi Brahmachari cha Krishna Vyasana Karshikaha. Anadi Brahmachari cha Krishna Vyasana Karshikaha. So, Krishna had 10 children with each of them. 16,108 multiplied by 10 children with each. So 1,61,080 are the number of children of Krishna. Creation with his eyesight only. He can give amrutam with his sight. When Govardhanodharanam happened, for 7 days non-stop, the gopikas, the gopas, the cows, the calves, every one of them, they were given amrutam by Krishna with his sight. He can destroy all the people. Kurukshetram, Krishna just looked at it. He told Arjuna, Mayai vaite nihataha purvameva nimittamatram bhavasavya. Arjuna, I already killed them. They are just dead bodies floating around for a few more days. Because I could have cleared the dead bodies also. But I wanted you to have the credit. Because what do I do with that credit? What do I do with that credit? You better have that credit. Because you feel happy about it. He can destroy with his sight. He can eat with his eyes. Every day, thousands and thousands of people are offering to Krishna. He's not eating physically, taking with his hand and putting in the mouth, munching and eating and swallowing. By looking at them, Krishna can eat. Therefore, the Supreme Lord's power, only in Ramavatara, he wanted to be like a human being with absolutely no supernatural powers invoked, supernatural powers of Narayana. Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Virya, Shakti, Teja, Saushilya, Vatsalya, Ardava, Sauharda, Madhurya, Gambhirya, Sthairya, Dhairya, Shaurya, Parakrama, Satyakama, Satyasankalpa, Krititva, Kutagyatadi, all these qualities. None of them he wanted to exhibit. Just to be just to be simple Lord Krishna. Sorry, Lord Rama. That is Lord Rama. Krishna, completely opposite the case. If at all, how that Krishna became so popular is because even the divine sportive activities he did not exhibit as, we don't know what is happening in Vaikuntham. The only thing we know what happened on the planet Earth, because Mahatmas have seen and have given us, were exhibited in that Kali, in this Bhuloka, in the Krishna Avatar. Completely opposite to Rama Avatar. Born as a 6 pounds baby, Kausalyananda Vardhanaha, literally Kausalya Devi delivered the boy. Krishna, man, appeared himself as a Sriman Narayana. Rama's childhood in Valmiki Ramayana, hardly 12 verses. Krishna's childhood in Srimad Bhagavatam, more than 1200 verses. Rama's killing, first victim. Rama's first victim. Who is that? Mala. Who is Rama's first victim? Sanjita.
Tataka?
Exactly, Tataka. Tataka is the first victim. At what age he did? Age 16. Krishna's first victim, Putana. At what age? Hardly 30 days old baby. See how much of a contrast. 30 days old baby Krishna killing Putana. 16-year-old young man after completing the entire Dhanur Veda from Vasishta killing Tataka. Unimaginable acts. Rama building a bridge across the ocean. At what age? Almost at age 42. Krishna lifting the entire Govardhanagiri and keeping it on his little finger. At what age? Age 6. Sri Rama killing thousands and thousands of Rakshasas. Thousands and thousands of Rakshasas. In the Ramayana war. Krishna, just as a child, Shakatasura, any number of Rakshasas, great kings, Jarasandha, etc. Kamsa, there is no end for Krishna's activities. Therefore, that Krishna Avatara, by the way, today is something special about Krishna. Anything you heard about? Sanjita, anything you heard about today, something special about Lord Krishna? It's called Gopa Ashtami. Gopa Ashtami. It seems in the lunar month of Kartika, Shukla Paksha, Ashtami is the day when Lord Krishna, along with Balarama, went on his first job assignment to take care of the cows. Nanda and other people felt, let them be brought into the main fold. Therefore, they wanted to assign them some job. And what job they can expect? Only taking care of the cows. Therefore, go past me. Go, cows. Pa, one who protects. Gopas, those who protected the cows. Krishna, Gopala, one who protected the cows, the senses. The jnana, go also means jnana. So today is that Gopa Ashtami. Krishna, Balarama, with permission from Nanda, started. Poor thing. If it is today, it would have come under child labor, right, Amma? Sending 5-year-old kids to take care of. You know how many calves are there? They are there in lakhs. Nanda Gopa himself had 10 lakhs of cows. 10 lakhs means 1,000,000. How many calves? Of course, there are plenty, 16,000 families, so many children. But still, Krishna's first job assignment. And Krishna enjoyed it because that is the opportunity for him to get closer to all the Devi Devatas that have taken birth to associate themselves with Lord Krishna. Gopashtami. So go ahead, what are your questions? My next question. Emma, anyone of you? Next question.
Actually, all the Devi Devatas who were born as the Gopas, did any of them, is there any mention of them doing Sharanagati or Bhakti Yoga and training by them?
No.
Or it's just a form, it's just a birth they took?
For them, they took it as another job assignment. The only person who was qualified was Bhishma. But Bhishma knows that he still has got a pending job as one of the 8 Vasus to complete. With all the knowledge he acquired after taking birth as Bhishma, Bhishma is more than qualified to go to Vaikuntha. But because of the pending job, he has to go back. For them, it was just a job assignment. They enjoyed while the company of Krishna. It is like Vishnu Maya is so powerful. Look at Arjuna having seen the Vishwarupam. He says, Lelihyase gasamanam samantat. Krishna, your mouth is like a blazing fire. Yadha pratītam jvalanam patanga. Vishanti nashaya samruddha vegaha. Jvalanam patanga. When we were there as children in winter, we used to go and burn all the waste or some wood or something in winter to get some warmth. So when the flames are there, the insects will mistake them as daylight and will just straight fly into the fire and get burned. Now Arjuna says all these people are there flying into your mouth which is like blazing fire, like insects getting into a blazing fire and getting burnt to ashes. In spite of that, did Arjuna do Sharanagati? Only for Mana Samrakshanartham, Draupadi said Rakshamam Sharanagatam. But subsequent to that, did Draupadi do Sharanagati to attain moksha? And when Yudhishthira came to ask Bhishma, Ko dharma sarva dharmanam bhavata paramo matah, Bhishma specifically said, the greatest dharma is worshipping this Vasudeva who is right in front of you, Lord Krishna. In spite of that, did Dharmaraja learn? They are more interested in the material activities like Vishnu Sahasranamam, this puja, that puja. Who is one person there who did not hear about Krishna? Even the thought of Sharanagati How come only those gopikas did? That is the reason why Krishna says, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudevaha Sarvam Iti. To put it from a female perspective is very easy. Generally, as men, there is some inbuilt ego. Generally, for almost all the men, that inbuilt ego is there. I am a man. Whereas, look at a woman. At each and every stage, that womanhood personified in that person tells them, that womanhood personified in them tells them to be submissive. Look at the way girls, how they interact with their parents. Look at the way how the boys interact with the parents. Same thing, when the girls come of age, look at the way how the girls accept a marriage and submit themselves to the husband. Look at the way the ladies, after some time, submit themselves to the children in the role of a mother. So these qualities are natural for them. That is what I mean to say. So, when this quality of submitting is so natural for them, how come only the gopikas got that quality and submitted themselves in Sharanagati to Krishna? Now, who is the diabolically opposite of Gopika Sama? Who is diabolically opposite of the Gopika Sama? Can you guess of somebody? Unimaginable.
Kamsa?
Yes, sir?
Kamsa?
Okay, leave men folk, come to ladies. Who could be the diabolically opposite among in their relationship to Krishna? Anyone? Wait, guess. Padma? Women? Padma, Hema, Mala, Sanjita, Sunita, Tulasi, Emma, anyone of you?
Putana Swamiji?
No, ma. Putana is very different. Gandhari of all the people. Gandhari of all the people. Putana is a Rakshasi. Because of Lord Krishna's blessing, Bali Chakravarti's wife Vindhyavali, how much I wish I am the mother of this wonderful child and feed him my own milk and enjoy him as my baby. Tadhastu. How, when Bali Chakravarti was being pushed down, how much I wish I could kill you. Tadhastu. So that Trivikrama's word has to come true. That's a different matter. But look at Gandhari, a Pativrata. Because her husband is blind, she also blindfolded herself lifelong. Even when her own son, Duryodhana, came for blessings, she said, Dharma will certainly win. She did not explicitly say, okay, Duryodhana, you will certainly get victory. She said, Dharma will win. Such a knowledgeable person. What was the need for her to go to the extreme extent of cursing Krishna? Krishna, you are the root cause of all the destruction, the killing of all my 100 sons. If you wanted to avoid it, Krishna, you could have done it. When she knows Krishna could have done it, Why did she go to the extent of cursing Krishna? 36 years from today, your whole Vamsham, your whole dynasty will be just ruined in front of you. What is it we understand from this? Within every one of us, there is not only a quality of submissiveness, there is also a quality called ego, unimaginable ego. I am superior to you. I am superior to you. That I am superior to you attitude became very, very evident. That Gandhari could think she had the power even to curse Krishna. Look at Bhishma on the other hand, the greatest warrior who can just create a terror in the battlefield, on the battlefield. But when Arjuna was hesitating to shoot the fatal arrow, Krishna himself jumped from the chariot, took the wheel of a broken chariot and made it spin like Sudarshana Chakra and was rushing towards Bhishma. Bhishma jumped from the chariot and was rushing towards Krishna and begging Arjuna, who was holding Krishna, Arjuna, please leave Krishna. Let me die in the hands of Krishna. Look at the submissiveness of Bhishma. So you have to understand every character with regards to Krishna in a very different way. That is why Krishna says, Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. None of them did Sharanagati. That is the biggest problem. There is absolutely no mention. The only mention is Yashoda would have certainly got, then after the assignment as that Vasu's wife. Drona and Dhara, the Vasu and his wife, one of the 8 Vasus and his wife, who had the greatest fortune of becoming Nanda and Yashoda. Of course, Devaki and Vasudeva got moksham, not because of this birth, because Krishna said that 3 times enough. I appeared as your son, 3 times enough time for you, no more birth for you. Because he said no more birth for you, that means we have to understand they got moksha. Go ahead, next question, Amma. Amma, no other questions, Mala? Sunita, no other question, Amma?
Not now, Acharya.
Someone else was telling Amma.
Acharya, one more question.
Go ahead, Divakar.
Acharya, so Devaki Devi and Vasudeva, they suffered so much in the jail. Are we to understand that they had to go through some papa karma?
Always think positive when it comes to Mahatmas. Prahlada has to undergo torture at the hands of his own father Hiranyakashipu. Prahlada, the greatest Bhagavatottama. Forget about Jivatmas. Prahlada is still a Jivatma. Just an extremely, extremely fortunate Jivatma for whose sake Narayana himself appeared as Nrisimha. Devaki and Vasudeva, Jivatmas, yes, have gone through unimaginable pain in their lives. Forget about Jivatmas having pain and pleasure. Sita Devi, Sakshat Sri Mahalakshmi, directly descended from Vaikuntham, has gone through unimaginable suffering, being abducted by Ravana for 1 year, full 1 year. Now, Divakar, where is the karma involved for Mahalakshmi? Mahalakshmi is equally Bhagavan. Sheela, Rupa, Guna, Vilasadipihi, Atma, Anurupaya, Shriya, Saha, Asinam. So, what do you understand, Divakar, from these three examples? Devaki and Vasudeva going through unimaginable suffering at the hands of Kamsa. Prahlada going through unimaginable suffering at the hands of Hiranyakashipu. And Sri Mahalakshmi, as a Sita Devi, undergoing unimaginable suffering at the hands of Ravana. What are your thoughts on this?
Yes. It's a divine play.
So when some unimaginable things are happening, it is not the fault of the devotees who are undergoing through that pain. It is the unfortunate mindset of the demons that is accelerating their death. That is accelerating their running towards their death. Say, for example, you are going in a flight, say JFK airport to Delhi airport, non-stop flight. Usual time, 12.5 hours or 14.5 hours. The winds are favorable. Instead of 14.5 hours, they will come in 13.5 hours. That means their actual speed is accelerated by the wind speed. And they gained an hour. This is very common for you, correct? Hello, you understand this example?
Yes, Acharya. Yeah.
So Ravana, he has so much of punya karma. And when that punya karma is there, he will not go away. So the punya karma has to come to zero. Therefore, let the papa karma increase, accelerating their death, accelerating their movement towards their death. Hiranyakashipu had so much of positive balance. Let it be completely overpowered by the negative activities. Whenever Bhagavata apacharam is done, the consequences can be, what do you call, a regular time. We are in America. Regular time, normal days. We are in America. We are all entitled for some civil liberties, our freedom. Emergency time, coronavirus. No, nobody should come out of the houses. No gatherings of more than 10 people. Emergency times, special rules. So, emergency time for Ravana to pack up and go. Emergency rules. Whatever be the punya karma he has, if some Bhagavat apacharams are done, everything will be ruled out, can be killed. Hiranyakashipu, so much of tapasya. If Bhagavat apacharam is done, emergency rules, he can be killed anyway. In the case of Kamsa, Bhagavat apacharam, great Bhagavatas, Devaki and Vasudeva, greatest fortune of being the parents of Krishna. Bhagavat apacharam, whomsoever may the Kamsa, generally a maternal uncle is considered as a next to the mother. They say, if at all you can trust anybody in the world, the only person you can trust is your mother, and next to the mother they say maternal uncle. In spite of that, Krishna killed him. Ordinary dharma, na stri hantu marhati. A woman should not be put to death. Emergency situations, Tataka can be killed, Putana can be killed. Normal situations, when somebody is fighting with somebody, a third person will not intervene. Emergency situations, Vali was fighting with Sugriva. Rama intervened as a third person and killed. Therefore, Vasudeva and Devaki, not because they had karma, but Kamsa has to be packed up quickly. Not because Prahlada has got some bad karma he suffered at the hands of his father, but Hiranyakashipu has to be packed up quickly. Sakshat Sri Maharishmi. Sakshat Sri Maharishmi Sita Devi. She has absolutely no karma. How do we know she has no karma? Go back to Krishna. Anaditvat nigunatvat paramatmayam abhyaha. Sharirastopi kaunteya na karoti na lipyate. Now here comes this very tricky situation. Did not Sita Devi commit Bhagavat Apacharam when she abused Lakshmana? So is it not because of that Rama refused? Now comes when Sriman Narayana and Sri Mahalakshmi decided to play the role of Rama and Sita, they already programmed that Rama has to go. It is only to teach as a lesson that Sriman Narayana and Mahalakshmi enacted a drama, not as Rama and Sita. They are not aware of it. But Sriman Narayana, Sri Mahalakshmi has written the script and executed them on Bhuloka. That they are not aware that they are the ones, the eternal couple, Narayana Mahalakshmi. Rama and Sita are not aware. In fact, Sita Devi feels when she was there in Ashokavana, what kind of sins I would have committed that I am suffering like this? What kind of a sin I have committed that I am suffering like this? Can Mahalakshmi have that kind of a sin? They are not aware, so they are feeling like that. At one point, Rama, how much he was lamenting. So from all these things, what is it that we have to learn is, let us not do Bhagavata Apacharam. Bhagavad Apachara, Bhagavat Apachara, Asahya Apachara, Rupa Ananta Apacharan, Arabdha Karyan, Anarabdha Karyan, Kurtan Kriyamanan, Karishyamanan, Sarvan Aseshataha Kshamaswa. Is that clear, Divakar?
Yes, Acharya. Thank you.
Yesterday, Sadashiva asked a wonderful question, what about sadhana, etc. And we could understand the concept of Sharanagati from that perspective. Sadashiva, no questions?
I didn't answer. Sriman
No questions?
What is the Ramanujacharya's final instructions to all these devotees?
Now you are in trouble. Now you are in trouble. Ramanuja's most important instruction. If you can, so time for you to think now. If you can, learn Sri Bhashyam and propagate Sri Bhashyam. Number 2, if you cannot, learn Divya Prabandham and propagate. Number 3, you cannot leave everything and do service to Acharya. You cannot find a Divya Desham and do any kind of service there. You cannot find at least a Bhagavata and do service, Kainkaryam to him. These are the last instructions of Ramanuja. If you can, learn Sri Bhashyam. Cannot, learn Prabandham and propagate. Cannot, do service to your Acharya. Cannot, do service in a Divya Desham. Cannot, find a Bhagavata and do Kainkaryam. So your choice now when we start learning Sri Bhashyam, at least what is there in that, in a very simple, elementary way. Is that clear, Sadashiva?
Again, Swamy, one more question, Swamy.
Yeah.
How one can serve the by disciple? How can the disciple serve the Acharya?
How can?
How the disciple can serve the Acharya? In what way?
That is not for everyone. Will have a tendency. Everyone will have a tendency. Suppose all of us are there. When all of us are there, somebody has a talent for cooking, so they will cook. Somebody has a talent for cleaning, they will clean. Somebody has a talent for gardening. Somebody has a talent for earning. Every one of them can use whatever the talent they have. Look at Mahatma Desika's Nyasa Dashakam. Maam Madiyancha Nikhilam Chetana Chetanatmakam Swakainkar, you are leaving, sir? You are leaving? Maybe in a few minutes, if you can wait, they'll get some fresh prasadam and they'll do Archana also. Just a few minutes. Oh, sure. Look at the Mahatma Vedanta Deshika's Nyasa Dashakam. In Nyasa Dashakam, he says, Maam Madiyancha Nikhilam Chetana Achetanatmakam Swakainkarya Upakaranam Varada Svikuru Swayam. So Mahatma Desika says in Nyasa Dashakam, Hey Krishna, Maam, myself, Madiyancha Nikhilam, everything that you have given me, everything that belongs to me, Chetana Achetanatmakam, Chetana, my wife, my children, my sisters, my brothers, my parents, everyone. Achetana, my house, my money, my cars, my land, my wealth, my gold, my jewelry, everything. Chetana Achetanatmakam, Swakainkarya Upakaranam, as an instrument for serving you. Swakainkarya Upakaranam, Varada Svikuru Swayam. Hey Krishna, you yourself take it, Krishna. Because we by ourselves may not be able to do. We by ourselves may not be able to give. Because we still have this Arishad Vargas. You know the 6 enemies we have. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. In that, one quality is called Lobha. Lobha means greediness. Greediness. So we still have that quality also. So Mahatma Desika says, Krishna, somewhere I may have greediness. So I may not use all my wealth to serve you. Therefore you yourself take it, Krishna. Swakainkarya Upakaranam Varada Svikuru Swayam. as an instrument to serve you. Take it away, Krishna. That in Nyasa Dashakam in 10 verses, Mahatma Desika has given us so much of information. You remember that line, sir? Mam Madiyancha Nikhilam Chetana Achetanatmakam Swakainkaryopakaranam Varada Svikuru Swayam. That is how they used to be. Can't believe it? Padma, give a best example, Amma. Mam Madiyancha Nikhilam Chetana Chetanatmakam Swakainkaryopakaranam Varada Svikuru Swayam. Give one example, Amma. In the case, as in the case of Ramanuja.
Dhanurdasa.
Exactly, Dhanurdasa. How many of you know about, remember about Dhanurdasa and his wonderful wife Hemamba? Some people say Hema Angi, some people say Kanaka Angi. Hema is the same as Kanaka, gold. Angi, one who has body complexion as beautiful as pure molten gold. That is Hemangi, Kanakangi, Hemamba. That lady was so beautiful, so beautiful. And this Dhanurdasa became almost a slave to her. He married her. Still, if that lady is walking, this man feels even a sunlight can affect her body complexion. So he used to hold an umbrella for her and walk behind her. All the people in Srirangam used to make fun of him. Here is the best example of a henpecked husband, henpecked husband, henpecked husband. Fine, he didn't care. And when people are making fun of him, one day Ramanuja happened to pass by. He said, what is all that commotion? No, there is a henpecked husband. He is so much attached to his wife, he even holds an umbrella so that sunlight will not affect her body color, Hemangi. Oh, I see, I want to talk to him. They smiled. Come on, he's such a henpecked fellow. What is it that you have to talk to him? No, I want to talk to him. Fine, when he was introduced, Ramanuja asked, what is it that you like so much in your wife? He says, her eyes are so mesmerizing. I'm almost a slave for that eyes of Hemamba. Ramanuja said, if I can show you more beautiful eyes, he said, I'll definitely fall for them. But come with me. He took to Ramanuja. He took to Sriranganatha, and showed him the beautiful eyes of Ranganatha. And he said, this is the real beauty. One second. Srinivas, akkada koncham lemon rice petara? Adi paatadi aditi. Krish, adikada vegetable rice tisase. Tise first chede. Narayan. Then they became such ardent devotees of Ramanuja. Unimaginably ardent devotees of Ramanuja. All the wealth, everything he gave to Ramanuja. All the wealth. Ramanuja is a sannyasi. What will he do with all that wealth? He used it only for serving the Lord and serving the Bhagavatas. So many ashramas, so many matas. Now comes the question. He was such a great devotee. Unfortunately, he was not born in a Brahmin family, Dhanurdasa. But Ramanuja liked him so much. At an advanced age of Ramanuja, he used to walk to the river Kaveri for his daily bath with his hands on the shoulders of some Brahmin disciples. But after taking a bath, after doing his Sandhya Vandanam Arghya Pradhanam in Kaveri, he has to walk back to his ashram. That time Ramanuja used to place his hands on the shoulders of Dhanurdasa. Generally, if an orthodox Brahmin touches a non-Brahmin person, they take a bath and chant some mantras to purify themselves. Now the students of Ramanuja found it very contradictory. that Ramanuja, while going to Kaveri, will put his hands on the shoulders of some Brahmin disciples. But after taking bath, doing Sandhyavandanam and purifying himself, Ramanuja is touching a non-Brahmin and putting his shoulders on his hands on his shoulders and coming. They could not appreciate it. And these people, they never had the guts to come and confront Ramanuja. But they kept on murmuring. Somehow Ramanuja heard about it. So he wanted to teach all his students a lesson. That the renunciation of Dhanurdasa, even though he was not born in a Brahmin family, is a million times superior to the renunciation of the so-called orthodox Brahmins disciples. So he told one disciple, every one of them will dry their dhoti and angavastram for the next day to wear. So Ramanuja told his one student, very confidential student, in every dhoti, cut off just 3 feet by 6 inches, 6 inches by 3 feet long piece in every dhoti, and then just cut them and then put them somewhere else. He did it in the night. Next day morning when they came to wear their clothes, every dhoti was there cut. So everybody started fighting with each other and saying, that day I did something to you, so you cut my, you have torn away, you have torn my dhoti. And everyone started fighting. Ramanuja finally said, okay, calm them down. After all, it is a dhoti. But see how they are fighting in such a nasty way. Thinking, what are all the unimaginable things they did to the other person? That's why they have taken revenge like this. Don't worry, I'll get new dhotis. Fine. Scene 1 over. Scene 2. Ramanuja was giving discourses. Dhanurdasa will come and sit and listen to all the discourses. And after the discourses, he will go back to his small cottage. His wife was waiting for him. One day, Ramanuja, on purpose, delayed, kept on and on with his discourse. But meanwhile, he gave an instruction. Today I am going to extend the lecture. But when Dhanurdasa goes to his place, just do me a favor. As the lecture is going on, you arrange, 2 of you, go there to Dhanurdasa's place. I heard Dhanurdasa's wife has still so much of jewelry. Steal it and bring it. We'll use it for Krishna. So the lecture was going on. 2 of the disciples went to Dhanurdasa's place. That Hemamba was waiting for her husband, was lying down on the floor, sleeping on the mat, with her head turned to one side. So these people came, they thought she was sleeping. They stripped her of all the jewelry from one side bangles, one side nose ring, one side earrings, like that. Now suddenly she moved to the other side. These people thought she was going to wake up and they ran away. So by the time Dhanurdasa came after the lecture, he sent the same disciples, now go back, follow him, and see what will be the conversation between the wife and husband. So Dhanurdasa came home late in the night, and he saw his wife with the jewelry on one side, not on the other side. One side hand with bangles, one side nose earring, one side earrings. He asked, what is this? Something strange. Why did you dress up like that? She said, no, I did not dress up like this. I had bangles on both hands, earrings on both sides, nose rings on both sides, but I was just waiting for you and I was lying down. 2 great Bhagavatas, 2 Vaishnavas, I don't know them, they came. I don't know in what kind of a suffering they are going through. They started taking my jewelry. I allowed them to take all the jewelry on one side. I thought if I turn the other side, I can facilitate them, they can take the jewelry on the other side also. But unfortunately, they mistook that I'm going to wake up, and they went away taking only one side of the jewelry. So it's not my fault, I really wanted to help them. But they mistook and they wake up and they went away. That was her great intention, to help them. If she turns to the other side, they can take the other side jewelry also. Guess what was Dhanurdasa's reply? You still have that ego, that this is your jewelry, that you have to give them. You could have simply lied down like a dead person. They themselves would have turned you, and they themselves would have taken away the other side of the jewelry. For a long time I was thinking, what to do with our jewelry? If it is going to be of some use to some Bhagavatas, we would have been more fortunate. Now, only one half of the jewelry is gone. Let's pray how the other half can go away. They were shocked. They came back and reported to Ramanuja. Ramanuja called all his disciples, so-called Brahmin disciples, and asked them, narrate what all happened. They said how they went, tried to steal the jewelry. One side, other side she turned, they came back. They followed Dhanurdasa. She said she turned the other side to facilitate them to steal the other side. But they mistook and went away. Dhanurdasa telling, you still have the ego that is my jewelry and I had to help them. You could have been lying down dead. They themselves would have turned and taken away the other side and we have had the full bhagyam. Now we only had 50% of bhagyam of helping the Bhagavatas. Now you tell me, who has the real quality of a Vaishnava? You, the so-called Brahmin disciples, or Dhanurdasa, not born as a Brahmin, but still has all Vaishnava qualities. That is why I put my hands on his shoulders, not to contaminate myself, putting my hands on your shoulders. You understand, Amma? That is the greatness of Bhagavad Ramanuja. And that is the greatness of his disciples. Dhanurdasa, same thing Kuratalva, Ramanuja's disciple, millionaire, multi-millionaire, left everything and came to serve his Acharya, Bhagavad Ramanuja in Srirangam. Being a millionaire those days, living just on Unchavritti, begging in the streets of Srirangam and surviving himself and his wife. That is the true meaning. That's why Mahatma Desika says, Mam Madiyancha Nikhilam, Chetana Chetanatmakam, Swakainkar Yopakaranam, Varada Svikuru Swayam. Does it make sense, Padma? Hello, Padma.
Yes, Adian. Yes, Adian.
Go ahead, Ma. What are your other questions? Emma, no questions, Amma. Enjoy worshipping Krishna today, along with his brother Balarama, going and taking care of the cows. Almost like your kid going to the school on the first day. But that is school. But here it is a job assignment for Krishna and Balarama to take care of the cows. But of course, Krishna was planning how to enjoy the leftover food from this boy's hands, how to enjoy the prasadam that will be offered by the Muni Patnis, how to wipe out the Rakshasas, Aghasura, Bakasura, how to do Kaliya Magdanam. That is the plan of Krishna. Enjoy Krishna. Himma, any other questions, Amma?
Acharya, I have one question. Ajit here, Acharya.
Oh, go ahead.
Narayana. So again, not a question, but like a doubt that I just need to clarify. I mean, we understand there are three types of karmas, like Sanchit karma and the other Agami karma and the other Prarabdha karma. And when we die, we basically we have two accounts, either the Papa account or the Punya account. I mean, I'm not talking about the people who are surrendered soul, because again, we are not going to come back. But for those people who are not surrendered, they will take the birth based on their karmas, right?
Correct.
So when they die at that time, they'll get the punishment either in the upper planetary system or in the down planetary system. So when they take the birth, don't they have to start from the beginning? Because again, everything has been reset because they got the punishment for their sins and they got the reward for their all the good deeds, whatever that they have done.
Now hold on. If we have exhausted all our punya karma in Swargam itself, then how come we are expecting something? How come you are born in a multi-millionaire family? And how come someone else is born in a very poor family? So the karma, how it acts. Some karmas, you will go through the punishment in Naraka. Some karmas, you will go through the punishment in this life itself. Some karmas, you go through punishment after taking a birth through that body. Same way, the reward for your punya karmas, some karmas you will experience in this life itself. Some karmas you will experience the results of your positive actions in Swargaloka. Some karmas results you will experience taking birth again in this world, like being born in a rich family or being born in a very influential family, the family of a king, or yourself becoming a prime minister or president, or yourself acquiring lot of wealth. Like Padavi Purva Punyana. Look at, say for example, somebody becomes the president, somebody becomes the prime minister. All because they had the Purva Punyam. If you have exhausted your Punyam in the previous birth, then what is it that makes a person becoming a president and the other person not becoming a president? What is it that makes a person taking birth in a very rich family, another person taking birth in a poor family? What is it that makes a person being born in a very influential family, the other person in a very downtrodden family? So, some karmas, it is like when they come to fructification, some karmas will come to yield results in this birth, some karmas in Naraka, some karmas birth after birth after birth. Very similar to a okra seed planted will germinate in 1 week, will give fruits in 1 month, will die in 3 months. A mango seed planted will take 6 months to germinate, 10 years to give the fruits, but the fruits will go on for hundreds of years. Same thing with karmas. Is that clear, Ajit?
Yes, Narayana. This is very clear to me because I was confused. I thought like maybe after you die, you kind of like exhaust your punya karma and pap karma, and then you start from the beginning. And then I was getting confused that if that is the case there, somebody is born millionaire.
One second. If you have already exhausted your punya karma and papa karma, then there is no need for you to take birth again. Again, we are taking birth as a human being or a Devi Devata or an animal or a plant only because of the karma we have to go through that body. So that doesn't mean we have exhausted. And the only time that you exhaust your karma is both punya karma and papa karma. The minute they are exhausted, you will get Vaikuntham. And for Sharanagatas, punya karma, he will simply say, I don't want it. I'm just renouncing it. Papa karma, you cannot say I'm renouncing it. You have to go through the consequences. You have deposited $100,000 in the bank. You can tell the bank, I don't want it, keep it. They will keep it. Another person borrowed $100,000. If he says, I don't want to pay it, you keep it. They won't keep it. They will collect it from him. So at least Papa karma, you can say, I don't want it. Punya karma, you can say, I don't want it. But Papa karma, you cannot say, I don't want it. So that is where we have to go through the karma. So for a Sharanagata, your complete Sanchita karma is wiped out. So there is no need for you to go through one more birth. For the other people, Sanchita karma is forcing them to take birth. And for those who did Sharanagati, Prarabdha karma they have to go through. So they are going through now. But after Sharanagati, if they did some Punya karma, you said you are not interested. Krishna can do. He can distribute it to your well-wishers. You did some Papa karma after Sharanagati. Krishna can give you punishment, 100% punishment. Or if you pray, 10% punishment. Or if you pray, completely written off. Or he can transfer your karma to the people who hate you. He will make sure your balance is your net balance is zero. Papa karma after punishment, after Sharanagati here itself. Punya karma, distributing it to your well-wishers. Then you will get Vaikuntha. Other people not like that. Is that clear, Ajit?
Yes, Acharya. This is very clear to me.
That is the reason why they say. I told you long time back a simple story. Very simple story. A gentleman, a very rich gentleman was traveling in a car, turned on the radio. Some religious person was giving a lecture. Sir, when you die, your millions of dollars will not come with you. Your houses will not come with you. Your cars will not come with you. Nothing is going to come with you. Only your punya karma or papa karma. So why craving for this money, 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 money? That rich man was very unhappy with that lecture and turned off. But when he went home, what he heard was haunting him. That means I cannot take away all my money with me when I die. How to take all my earnings, all my money, all my possessions with me even when I die? He put an advertisement in the papers. If somebody can give me an idea how I can take all my wealth even after my death, I'll give them a great reward, $1 million. Nobody could come up with an idea because after death nobody can take anything.
Ramakrishna called.
1 second.
He has arrived. They came outside also. Everything is done.
Varadarajan also.
Yeah.
No problem, right? Because they were there. He was there in more than 7 months.
They came outside. That's what they said. We are outside with everything.
Yeah.
Ramakrishna. So.
Taxi.
Yeah. He's already there.
Okay. So now, when he put that advertisement, nobody came forward. Finally, one person came. He said, yes, I can tell you how to take your wealth with you after your death. Oh, sure, convince me. He said, sir, you are such a rich man. Did you ever go to America? Yes, I went. But you are in India. How did you manage for your expenses there? Oh, simple. I took 10 lakhs of rupees, went to the bank, converted to dollars. I took the dollars and enjoyed in America. Very good. Sir, have you ever visited London? Yes. How did you manage for your expenses? Simple. I took some 10 lakhs of rupees, went to the bank and converted to pounds. I enjoyed it with the pounds in London. Then this man instantly asked, why did you convert your rupees into dollars or pounds? The rich man said, you are stupid. Rupees are not valid in America. Rupees are not valid in London. Only dollars are valid in America, pounds are valid in UK. So I converted that rupees into dollars or pounds. Exactly the same thing, do it here. Convert all your money into dharma karyam, into dharmam. Construct a school, give free education to the kids. Construct a hospital, give free education, free treatment to the patients. Construct a temple, give free darshan to all the devotees. Start feeding the poor. Convert your money into dharmam. Just as you converted your rupees into dollars to enjoy in America, just as you converted your rupees into pounds to enjoy in London, convert your wealth into dharmam when you are alive. And that dharmam you can use in your next birth, in Swargam. That punya karma that you have will help you. That's why they say the wealth, when converted to dharma, will follow you to heaven or even to birth after birth after birth. Whereas when you do Sharanagati, you are renouncing both papam and punyam. Papam you cannot renounce. Bhagavan says, I will forgive. Punyam you renounce. Is that clear, sir?
Yes, Acharya.
Narayana, ma. Narayana, we'll see you tomorrow, ma. By the way,